Hello, hello, cello. We are live. We are live. Hold on. I got my girl Amber with me, who I
Hello,
am.
people.
Yeah. Let me play the opening, Amber.
Okay,
Because a lot of people say they like that opening.
okay.
Okay. I love you,
Mhm.
Amber.
I love you too.
Hold on. Hey, Amber.
Hey, girl. Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, girl, I'm making it. Hey, Joshua. Joshua made it on time. He's first. So
Hmm.
yesterday, if people look at the video I did yesterday, and I am thankful for the people that watch my videos, and I can take constructive criticism. And hello, pre-retirement days. I said that lying isn't a sin. I meant to say lying isn't a crime. So lying is a sin. And we have Bible verses that tells you about liars. God hates lying and consider it an abomination. So, Amber, what did you want to say about that subject? Pay retirement.
Well, I would say, even if it wasn't in the Bible, we have within us our spirituality, our God conscious within us to discern about lying. We know when we tell a lie, it's wrong, but you got to look at the reasons people tell the lies that they do. They're doing it to make themselves look good. They're doing it for some kind of ill gain. Hold on.
Okay. And you sounding great too.
Okay. And they have to when people lie, there's some people they just habitual liars. And not only that, a lot of liars believe their own lies. So I would
Oh,
say,
well, ain't that the truth?
yeah, I mean, and all you can do when you know you telling the truth and somebody else is lying, it's always been my habit when somebody's lying, I start shaking my head and I start laughing because I'm like, your lie sounds so believable to these people you standing here telling this to. And anything I say from this point on gonna put me on the defensive when you go ahead and tell your lie and it's gonna catch up with you. See, a lie gets you told. The truth will set you free. See, and some people would rather they would rather climb a tree and tell a lie than stand on the ground and tell the truth. Because it's harder to tell the truth. And people don't want to hear the truth. But lies are easy to tell. And people believe a lie before they believe the truth. So that lies within the devil's realm. See, because the devil is a liar. He is the father of lies. And that is the way of the world right now. I see more people turning over to the truth. And
Okay. Hey,
even,
Amber.
yeah,
Amber.
yeah.
Okay, check this out. You were dead for a minute there. That's why I say it's probably, I was telling you, my friend told me like the internet will be shifting. But we didn't hear nothing you said for, so
Uh-oh.
you got to repeat that. It's not you, Amber. It's the internet when it lags.
Okay. So I don't know what part nobody heard, but I'll just pick up where, people find it easier to tell lies than to tell the truth. And a lot of people would rather climb a tree and tell a lie than stand on the ground and tell the truth. Because the truth is harder to do. A lie is easy. But when you start lying, you got to try to keep up with your lies. And a lie will get you cold. You will tell on yourself. But the truth sets you free in such a way that when you tell the truth, you ain't got nothing to keep straight. You standing on your truth, and something that might be your truth might not be somebody else's truth because
Right.
everybody experiences this journey differently.
Okay, I want to say this. This channel is um on my channel we discuss all kind of subjects, and we do our best to make sure that we fact check and talk about things that happen. But we all know that there are a lot of satire sites on the internet, and sometimes we get the wrong information. Okay. And due to a lot of satire sites, we are misinformed. And so we have read something that we thought is true. And I don't want anybody to ever come on this show and call any of my guests on the panel a liar, because we happen to have went to the wrong website. Okay, go ahead, Amber.
And that's true. I mean, so when people attack one another, you're a liar, prove me wrong. If you prove me wrong, then I am woman enough and human enough within myself to say, oh, okay, thank you. Thank you for teaching me. But if you're going to go full on evil on someone, you are closing the door. Nobody wants to be attacked verbally or anything like that as far as being called a liar. Because if I come out with my truths on someone that attacks me, they're not going to like it very well because I'm going to do nothing but speak the truth to them. And they can't deny it because it'll be right in the face. See, but I don't choose to do that. A lot of people they attack me because I'm white. Oh well, you deserve it. We've been under attack. Look, when the truth is coming out, there were white people that were slaves and they were owned by black people and vice versa. So this narrative that the deep state, the do dirties, the evil ones, the satanic worshipers, the occult has had the narrative for so long that that the black people were the chosen ones to for them to manipulate more so and to divide, that nobody ever talks about white slaves having black masters, because I assure you it has happened. The only thing that we were taught was of one instance, and that was to divide this country and to take power away from black people. And that's just the truth. You can
And you
look
know
at
what?
history.
And
Yeah,
I respect you for saying that. And you see what I see.
I see
Because
what you see.
because when I look at the state of black people now, we're so divided. And my dream was for us to always come together. My dream was to talk to people from different races. And I've been talking to you and Jose, And the thing of it is we all want the same thing. We all want the
And
same thing. We don't hate each other. Those people, other people have made it about race. Just because um, Amber is white, first of all, I don't look at Amber as a white woman. I look at her as a woman with knowledge, a woman that sees what I see. So when she says, I see the way they divided your race, she don't have to be a black person to see that. She's
exactly.
calling things the way she see it. And I respect her for that. I respect her for that.
Thank you. And you said,
And so I would never say, because remember I was starting a show, it was called Bridging the Gap, where I was going to talk to people from all races and get this understanding. So after talking to you and Jose, we're like, we don't hate each other. We don't care. We don't judge each other on race. We judge each other on our opinions and how we feel. They have made it a race issue. Other people, they do that.
April,
And wait a minute, Amber, I'm gonna
I'm
be done.
sorry. I'm
Amber
sorry.
can tell me something, Jose can tell me something, and they don't have to be black. Because first of all, they see what I see. Hey, Flawless, um, Amber, I need you to meet Flawless. Flawless is a woman, um, her mother um, was one of R. Kelly victims. And so I respected them. Even though I loved R. Kelly, I never dissed them. And so Flawless is here because she wants to join forces with us. We're talking about these children and talking about victims. And so when I look, what do you think about the Democratic Party, Amber?
Well, I'm going to first say that I no longer see a Democrat Party and I no longer see a Republican Party, but
Thank you.
I see a movement that is so huge. And those that do not want to have peace and try to have unity and love, that and people are like, oh, that'll never happen in our lifetime. If you are saying that, you are part of the problem, because there are a lot of things that I could be bitter about towards black men for what I have been through. And I don't do that. I hold each individual responsible for their actions. Nobody can hold me hostage on my ancestors' past, and I'm not going to hold anybody hostage on their ancestors' past. I will keep an eye out on you, whoever you are, because my experiences in this world tell me a whole lot of people are turning their back on the children. And we ask the question, where are the children? Okay, well, that I think is the thing that will unite humanity, because the children don't know color, and people have to unite and come to terms with this evil that has been done to all colors of children. And I hear people say, "Oh, well, they more want black children than white children because they taste better, their blood's better." How the fuck do you know that unless you are in the occult?
Flawless, yes.
Stop
Thank you,
playing,
Miss
Jet.
Amber. Yeah,
What?
I just put up flawless comment. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm just saying that children that are held captive together in bondage, they're not looking at color. They're looking at, oh, they're all in it together. See? So when let's say you go out in the desert, April, and you see a bunch of children, are you just going to scoop up the black kids and say, oh, well, sorry, little
I'm
white
taking
kid?
them all. I'm
That's
taking
right.
them all
That's right.
because
Hold
they're
on.
children. I'm
And
going to
see,
take all of them because they're children.
all these things in our past, people have to let go. I didn't say forget, let go of it long enough for us to save the children, save humanity, stop the sickness, the pedophilia, all that stuff. I lived it. I've been a victim myself. Nobody can tell me different. We are in a sick society and we have to expose, and that's happening. And people are like, why are they attacking our color? Why they, wait a minute. Epstein was white.
Right.
Diddy's blue. Diddy's black. And they just they're not even the tip of the iceberg. They just nothing but the runners. They the ones that crack the whip on the children, the victims, the slaves, the new modern
Mhm.
slave. It's not Hollywood has
Okay,
existed.
wait a minute.
You have the okay.
Okay, you're going in and out, Amber.
Oh dang it.
Okay,
Okay.
go now. Go now.
Okay. As long as Hollywood has existed, way back in the 1930s, the only thing that has changed is the players. The only
Thank
thing
you.
that has changed is the players. See,
Do
and
you
I
see
hear
the
you.
comment that's on the screen?
I can't see anything.
Okay.
Now I hear and I'm just speaking from what I'm seeing and hearing through my eyes and my ears, that when you hear people say, um, oh, I lost my train of thought trying to look at the screen.
Mhm.
But you can't.
Okay.
I don't know. Have y'all heard of Allie? She's speaking out on everything. She said the next arrest. She said Diddy would be first, and Oprah Winfrey would be next. Now, I just wanted to say that the hip hop industry changed, and I think people can recall when it happened, to promote the sex, all the
Girl,
violence.
they made it seem like they was some real gangsters and they
They're
done did
nothing.
this and
Actors,
they were nothing but some booty bandits.
actors, yes,
Well,
nothing but
Flawless said, yes, Lord, she needs to go next. Do y'all realize, like, on the same people that was on Epstein's list are on Diddy's list?
that's right. An international pervs.
Yeah. I'm going to drop
So
the link if you want to come up, Flawless. You more than welcome.
okay, and it's nice to meet you, Flawless. I'm gonna mute my mic and listen for a little while.
No, I'm ready to drop the link. But
Okay.
she's just saying, thank you, Miss Amber. Yes, ma'am, we don't. She says Larry Nassar was one too. Who is that? Hold on, let me look him up. I got my tablet.
Okay, I'll talk while you're looking up and waiting for her to come up.
Okay.
This I'm seeing people on YouTube talking about things that nobody really cares about. Why are people not addressing this sickness that's unfolding before us? Those who don't want to know, you're part of the problem. If you're not speaking out and you're not stepping up and you're not screaming and you're not looking and you're not advocating, you are part
Oh,
of the
okay.
problem.
Okay, Larry Nassar. He was the guy that was hold on. He was messing. It's not letting you up. Hold on, let me put the link. Invite guest, copy. That was the guy with all the girls from the Olympics.
Oh wow.
Okay, try that one. Flawless. That's weird.
And could I speak about something else real quick before
You sure can.
all this
Try
comes up?
try it again, flawless. That's weird because I sent you the link.
Yeah.
Well, keep going, Amber. Well, you keep going until I see her
Look,
come up.
listen to what I discovered while I was doing my homework and checking out my stuff. It
Mm-hmm.
was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was thinking about the freak off, the word freak off, right? So I'm right
Mm-hmm.
outside Atlanta, and you know the freak Nick. They used to have the
Yeah,
freak Nick.
girl, honey,
So,
I went to Atlanta to a lot of them.
well, let me tell you
Wait
what I
wait a
discovered.
minute. Amber, don't lose
Yeah.
your train of thought.
Okay.
I was like, when they said they was gonna do the Freaknik videos, I'm like, oh Lord, I hope I don't show up in none of them.
You notice?
But I was down there. I didn't participate in threesomes and all of that. But
Right.
we went to have fun. But yeah, the Freaknik, that's what it was called, Freaknik. Everybody went to Atlanta, you partied, met people, went to concerts. But keep
Okay.
going.
Okay. So I looked up who started Freaknik, right? So it gives 5 names of college students, and it was originally put together so people that couldn't go home for the holidays or whatever, or the summer break or whatever, they had Freaknik, like picnic, but they called it
Yeah,
Freaknik.
it was
So
like
then,
it was a black version of
yeah,
when kids go home, what do they call it?
spring break or fall break
Spring
or
break. It was Freaknik was a black version of
yes,
spring break. Yeah.
yeah. So then I looked up those names, and they originated from. It's called Washington D.C. It's a party place. It's a like a bar, right? A dance place, a bar, and it's in D.C., Washington D.C. And guess who founded it? I can't call the name right now, but J.P. Morgan, way back. He started it for black people and for freak offs. That's what originally started the Freaknik off. So there you go. It's been around forever. And I'm not going to speak on my personal experiences because I'm hoping Flawless will come up soon.
Okay, we got her. Hey, lady.
Hi,
Hey,
Hey.
how are
Okay, we
you?
got Miss Flawless up here. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Hey, Shatika. I'm doing fine. I love this girl, honey. I had her make me some shirts for my
oh,
6 years. And people
mhm.
used to get mad because I used to go over um, to the people that was against our Kelly sector. They understood where I was coming from. I
Yes,
loved
ma'am,
him.
we did.
I didn't know that part about him. And even when stuff came out, I said, well, I got some hard pills to swallow, you know. But I never dissed any of them. And I let them understand where I was coming from. This wasn't the person I knew. And I told them certain things and they came out because I told everybody about that Clary family. And but the thing of it is I respected I respected them. I listened to them because everybody is somebody and everybody opinion counts. And people wanted me to hate them and everything. I'm like, don't nobody tell me what to do. Now, Shatika says Freaknik got out of pocket doing things they knew their parents, family who knew them would be shamed. It's an embarrassment. Hey, Pan. Well, when we were going to Freaknik, honey, we had fun. We went down there to Atlanta. We met all of the rappers. We went to parties, and it was just fun to be part of that. I don't know about any other things like people can say about Diddy. He had all kind of parties. He had birthday parties, the white parties, and if you knew what the underground parties was about and you stayed, then I feel like you wanted to be there.
Oh, hey, let me add one more thing. When I was
Okay.
looking it up and it was saying John, whatever, Morgan guy founded the Washington, D.C. thing, that
Hmm.
it was to promote intercourse publicly. Look it
Oh
up.
yeah, 'cause you know what? The go go, because they had in Washington they was with the go go music, so they
Yeah,
used to do things, have go go festivals.
right. So I'm gonna mute and listen to uh, Flossie talk. Is it Floss? I'm sorry. Go
Yes,
ahead.
ma'am.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, cause
You're
my
fine.
mic is muted. Go on, flawless.
What was you? Okay. Larry Nassar. He's a coach or a gymnastic doctor, and it was a bunch of kids and boys and girls that went to him, and he was doing the same thing that Jeffrey Epstein was doing, and basically what R. Kelly was doing as well. And
Mhm.
they hid it from he hid it from parents and all kind of people. And
Take your time.
eventually he got charged eventually, and he got more he got more time than R. Kelly did.
Hmm.
Well, see, it's
Yeah.
one big network, and that's what we're working on. Everybody has to come together and stop this
Right.
evil in this world.
Right. Now I want to
Man,
say something. So what I've been telling people is we have got to start having these uncomfortable to be comfortable conversations. People have to sit their kids down and they have to tell them, I love you. I'm your mother. I'm your father. If anybody touches you, don't say just tell me. You have to go deeper and say, if somebody touches you, if it's a family member, somebody in a higher place, and they tell you that they're gonna kill us if you tell, they lying. You have to go deeper. So when that person attack comes to them, they can say, my parents already told me this was what you was gonna say. See, we have got to start touching on these subjects and going deeper because our parents will say, well, don't do this, but tell me why. So what I'm seeing is parents gonna have to sit down and have the uncomfortable to make it comfortable conversation and say, even if it's my friend, even if it's the bishop, you got to tell us. And they're going to tell you that if you tell me that ain't nobody going to believe you, you're just a child. And you've got to sit these kids down and talk to them. What do y'all think about that? I'll mute my mic.
I agree.
Well, I say that if somebody would have told me when I was a young child, I wouldn't have gone through a lot of things that I went through. And so, us survivors, we see it and recognize it, and we protect our children from the same thing happening to them. But here's the thing, when you have someone like Oprah saying, young child, when you're touching them, it feels good to them. It feels good to them. What in the hell is she talking about? And that the child thinks it feels good, but they know it's wrong, but they can't see anything. They are a victim of an adult violation. So that's my take on that. It's the we got to stop what's going on now. All the exposure that's happening is a good thing. People don't want to hear it, but they got to hear it. They got to open their eyes. They got to look, watch, wait, and see how it's beyond. Do you know it makes more money than the drug cartel and gun business, sex trafficking, human trafficking, women and children? You know, used to call it pimps and prostitutes. It's the same damn thing. There are those that are willing, they do it. Look, I had an ex tell me, well, I have to, he said, I went to somebody else because I can do to her what I won't do to you. That's evil. That's nothing but evil. They abuse in so many ways. It's just a sick world we're living in, and it's unfolding. And I'm so glad every day. All these top people, these politicians, these teachers in our schools, the doctors, the lawyers, they're all dirty. They come in all forms. Who you 300
Everybody.
that many missing children. That just tells you how many adults there are out there doing this. And they murder them. A lot of them get unalived because they do what they want. They've done so much damage. They can't. They have to hide the body. They can't leave it out there to be found and exposed. Until it's evil at the least. And I'm gonna mute my mic.
Yes, ma'am. It's very evil. And I'm so sorry for what you had to go through. Because you shouldn't have had to go through that. Should nobody have to go through that? And just because it's somebody that you like or you can see on the TV or somebody in your family that you don't want to get in trouble, that doesn't mean hold what they're doing to other people. And also, it's always this thing where somebody's trying to take down a black man. If he's doing it, it's always why you got to take down a black man and Black Lives Matter, and but women and girls, their lives don't matter and they're black. So to me, all lives should matter, not just black lives, but all lives.
Yeah, it doesn't know a color. And there's no boundary. They want to possess victims. They don't care about their color. All they care about is their gratification at any cost. It doesn't matter who or what color. They might have a preference, but you know, just like you just said, just because if he's black, oh, they're trying to take a black man down. Well, nobody said anything about, oh, they're trying to take a white man down when it was Jeffrey Epstein. They're like,
Exactly.
"Mm, yeah, they're like, oh, we know the white man is the root. Let me tell you, it is all colors, all
Yes,
colors.
ma'am.
I've had abuse from both colors, and there was no, they didn't care. They just care about what they can do, what they can get away with. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about April. They only care about themselves. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes, ma'am. Abuse does not have a color. Just know it wants to abuse, and that's
Exactly.
it. It doesn't matter
Exactly.
what color. You can be purple. If it wants to abuse you, it's going to.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman, a little boy, a little girl. But it
Yeah.
has to stop.
Now, how about those people? They're into like having uh doing things to a unalive person. So this girl was describing what happened to her in the Hollywood area. That
Mhm.
there's the row of houses
Mhm.
in Riverside, which is where I was born in Riverside, California. And I'm glad I'm not there. I'm glad I didn't get raised there. But she said that there are those people that are want to have sex with an unalive person. So, and they want it with a child, right? And
Yes,
she
ma'am.
was a smaller person. So they would make her put ice in her female part and put the air conditioners on, make the room cold, and then they do as they will. Then they feel like they're having sex with a dead person. How morbid is that? That
Oh
is
my,
that is
That's
demonic.
just sick.
Hey, and they live around us. There's not just one, there's hundreds of people like that. How many
well,
murders?
that's what I tell people. I report on Hollywood because what's going on in Hollywood is going on in our neighborhoods.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
And
You
y'all, I'm glad y'all kept talking because y'all know, Amber, you know how my Wi-Fi do. It'll kick me out and everything. So
right.
if I leave, y'all just keep talking because my Wi-Fi is crazy over here. But when I do my shows, because I'm like, I'm woke now. And
Awake. You're not woke, you're awake.
I'm awake now. And I tell people I'm reporting on Hollywood because this same stuff is going on in the communities and in some people's houses. And
Yeah.
we've got to address this. Nobody wants to address nothing. Is how do you feel about that, Flawless?
No, ma'am. Don't nobody want to address nothing. It's the acute. It's the victim's fault, and they knew what they was doing, and they were fast, and they this, and they that. All
Why?
because people can have talents, and they can see them on the TV. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean they didn't break the law. That doesn't mean that they're exempt from getting in trouble and facing accountability and consequences just like everybody else.
And see, when I look at this Diddy situation, you know, like we were saying, all of these same people were with Epstein. So why should only one person go down? Take them all down. See, that's
Oh,
how I feel. Don't take if you're not gonna take them all down. Don't take one person down.
Yes,
let the
ma'am.
dominoes fall where the dominoes fall.
Take them all.
Every single
That's the
last
only
dirty
way you're
one.
They
gonna
they
get the
all gotta go.
problem fixed.
I want
Because
to.
to me, it looks like they say, "Oh well, let's just bring take this person down." So they'll think that we're really doing something. No, you're not doing anything till you take them all down.
But see, allegedly, Diddy has uh, law enforcement and other people paying them off to cover up, and the CIA and all of that stuff. It
Well,
goes,
hell, we got them on tape.
everywhere.
Is what it is.
Yeah, it's tentacles. They go everywhere, everywhere, like a spider web. The web is so tightly woven and it goes everywhere. See, the majority of people, and like I say, I'm probably not ready to hear more of the reality of it, the depth of it is probably more than I could stand, literally in my heart. But this has to come out. It's coming out because this is the slave. Talk about slavery back back in the day, the slavery that black and white people have the conversation about. What about the international slavery of all nationalities? It's international. It's the magnitude of it is beyond our scope of thinking. Oh, and as long as it doesn't touch us, we're okay with it. Hell no. Hell no.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I had got a call and I had got kicked out.
Well, welcome back.
And
Thank you.
welcome back, honey. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And I'm like this. Just because you got Diddy, that don't mean nothing to me. Bring them all. Bring them all.
Yep.
You
Bring all the ones that saw that was
bring
there.
everybody.
That,
Bring everybody. Because we know other people was involved. So to me, if you're not gonna bring him down and bring everybody that was involved, then leave him the hell alone. And that's just how I feel. If you're not gonna get everybody, no. Why he got to take the rap for everybody? And
Oh no, he's
all
got
of
all
these are the same people.
he's got
You
all
know,
the when they went in, damn well they knew what they were going in to get. They knew they had all the evidence. It was the time to take him down. And he wants bond because he wants to be with his children. Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't try to use your children
he
as
wasn't thinking
as
about his kids
sympathy.
when he was doing all this.
No, and they're probably doing the same thing because they're groomed as well that that's a normalcy. They've probably been exposed to this forever. They
Yes, ma'am.
probably abuse as well. Now that's alleged. I would just assume these
yeah,
children
everything
are
we
blind.
talk about on this show is alleged.
Yeah,
The
alleged.
views and opinion come after me. Come after
Right.
me. Don't come after my guests. The views and opinion expressed on this show are those of Darlene April and her guest. Do not attack my guest because you will be blocked. Okay, keep going.
Well, I just want to ask Flawless,
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
a survivor, right?
Ma'am.
You are a survivor, right?
Yes, ma'am. And
Her
my mom
mother
also
is.
is too.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that people will try to shame the victims. Don't let
Yes, ma'am.
and I hope that you're at the point where you know that you shouldn't be feel ashamed at all, but be an
Yes.
advocate to speak out and be that voice for the children that are in cages and bondage and the ones that have we've already lost over the decades by the thousands.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
I'm
worse
all
than a
here for
war.
it.
Yeah. And I think that I would
I'm
love,
all here.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Ma'am.
I would like to see more panels and more people. Why are they not speaking up on this horrific, the
Well,
worst
that's what
thing?
I say. We,
They're
we
part
don't
of the
we don't
problem.
like to talk about nothing.
We
I'm gonna
don't
mute
talk
my
about
mic.
it.
Go on, Flaw.
They're part of the problem is why it's not enough people talking about it because they think it's okay. They think it's
And
the victim's fault.
and you know what else? People like, where's your evidence? So
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes, they're right there.
when you ask a victim, what evidence do you have? You're asking a victim. Now, I was on a court stand, and the lawyer for the guy, well, I actually got one person prosecuted. He got 37 years. So his lawyer asked me while I'm up on the stand in a
Yes, ma'am.
courtroom packed full of people, he gonna ask me, well, can you describe what happened? And I said, I looked at the judge and I stood up and I started to go through the motions. I said, do you have a pen and a paper? I said, what do you want me to do? Draw you a picture? He said, yeah. So he gave me a pen and a paper and I threw it down in the courtroom, threw it down at his feet while I was up on the stand. And I said, you are a sick son of a bitch if you want me to describe to you the nastiness and the ugliness of this crime. That man, and I pointed him, that I couldn't look him in his face because he's so horrific. That man committed against me and many other women. I just happen to be the one that can be the witness. And believe it or not, the courtroom applauded me because I shamed his lawyer for wanting me to give a detailed description of what happened. These people are sick. If you don't give them a sexual story that they can imagine and envision, well, what is it they're really looking for? Are they sick too? Why do you have to have a victim describe into detail the horrifics? And I'll just mute my mic for a minute.
I'm sorry that you even had to do all that and go through that, but yeah, they have to be something wrong. Something has to be wrong with them in their head for them to uh do that. Cause for instance, my mom, she was in the early 90s. She was 91, and her thing was she saw Robert having sex with a
Take your time, baby.
Leah
Take your
on
Ye-
the
time.
bus,
Yes, take your
and
time.
and she was a kid herself, and Leah, she was, I think, 12 or 13, and she saw him engaging in activity with her, and so
Hey,
the sup-
allegedly.
the allegedly the
Yeah.
people, his supporters, they always want to say that didn't happen, or where's the proof, why she didn't go tell the police, why she didn't go tell or make a police report. And what we're trying to get them to understand is she was a child herself when she saw that. So it's like, what was she supposed to do?
Now, I want to say this. Them same people that's prosecuting them are the same people that's putting those narratives out.
Yes, ma'am.
They, you know what I'm saying? Because They want you to only focus on one thing instead of everything else. And so they'll find the worst people. So people will be in doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
ma'am.
you know, look at everybody flawless on that documentary. The Clarys were liars. The
Yes,
other
ma'am.
lady left her kids in the hotel to go check after him. So they do this, and then they use the bad people to have people not support the victims. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And so
Absolutely.
that's what they do. They'll find the liars and put them out there on display instead of the real people.
They have to protect. They can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep,
ma'am.
Okay. They have to protect their interests. And we know what their interests are because it's a sickness. Now, are we judging them for liking to sexually abuse people? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Because how many times, I'm just saying, as female, you can detect if you've been through anything, which most females have been through some kind of advances that they didn't like. I'm not saying all, and men too. How many times have you ever walked into a room and you feel like you just caught somebody doing something that they shouldn't have been doing
yeah,
to it,
Yeah.
someone, and the child is not going to say anything, right? Been there,
right,
done it. They're not going to
yeah,
say anything. You
yeah.
know, it's
Because we all can remember some instances where
yes,
we done walked into somebody's house or we was at somebody's house or even in our own house. Like, we know it was some shady stuff going on. We know that we done just seen some people rush and put on some clothes or change their whole demeanor. You're right.
Yes,
exactly.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're
Very
And
right.
my,
good.
and my mom and aunt, they were actually abused as kids. So that's how they even got caught up with him in the first place, because they was who running away from what was happening at home
Right. That's
as
sad.
teenage kids,
And
and
you
they
do know,
blamed for it.
yeah, hurt people. And sometimes, abuse is all some people know.
Yes, ma'am.
They don't even know how to be normal. And not like I'm taking up for the abuser. I don't want nobody. I look at all of this stuff through everybody's eyes. And going through all of this, I was like, this stuff is deep because if some people, that's all they know.
Yep. Cause they
That's all
would.
they know. They don't even know how to be normal. They, you have people right now that think it's okay to be because we can't say a lot of words.
Right.
They think the stuff is normal because that's all they know.
And
I
see
can
the
remember when my cousin, may she rest in peace, when she was working for DCFS, and my cousin had to leave that job. She was about to have a nervous breakdown. She's like, it's so much you got. Couples, parents, mother, daughter, kids, everybody sleeping in the same bed. You know, this stuff is. Some people think it's normal, and it's not.
Well, see,
So go
the,
on,
the
Amber. I'm gonna mute my mic.
okay, the fact that, see, at the point we are now in our world, enough people have experienced enough that we can see and we recognize. So the survivors are the ones that have to come forward, speak up, speak out, because we know. And those who know can't sleep because we know what's going on right now somewhere, many, many places. There are people that have been, that are in, like, they're in bondage right now, right this second, but we don't know where they're at. We can't get to them. This has to stop. Diddy and every single one of them have to answer for their crimes against humanity. And I hear that the next arrest is going to shock the world. Well, bring it on. It's
About time.
time. It is time. The time is now. Now. And we don't have to be ashamed, and we don't have to feel dirty, because it don't matter what you look like, if you're fat, skinny, black, white, short, tall, young, old, male, female, all of it's fair game to them, you know.
Yes, it
And,
is.
So
and if I was Diddy, I would be singing like a canary bird. I would tell on every doggone body.
yeah, because
I
he's
would
not here
tell.
now.
I would be singing like a canary bird because they all need to go. It don't. And see, this is what I'm saying. We're fighting a spiritual battle, y'all,
Yes,
because they will put one person out there thinking that they're satisfying us. Like, okay, we got Diddy now. They'll calm down. No, bring
no,
everybody. Bring everybody to the forefront.
Yep, 'cause it's not gonna stop just with taking him away. It's gonna keep
It's
on
not.
going.
Yeah.
well,
So he should
you,
sing like a canary bird. I would if it was me. I would be telling on everybody.
Cause
well, you know,
Everybody.
timing is everything, and they chose to take Diddy when
yes,
they
ma'am,
did.
that's true too.
Timing is everything. And when does a birdie sing? That has been the 6 year question in the Q post. That's not conspiracy, because now we see it's true. We're seeing these crimes against humanity are coming to light like a, a slow dripping faucet right now, but it's gonna flow like a river. So when does a birdie sing? Well, let's see. Diddy is singing, and let him sing like a canary. And you're going to see people leaving the country. You're going to see people outing themselves. You're
Hmm.
going to see people hiding, but they can't hide because, when they went in to get his tapes and his videos, they knew what they were going in to get. They knew
Hmm.
it was time. They knew they have them all.
Yes,
Nobody's
ma'am.
getting out of this.
Girl,
Nobody.
they went in there to get them tapes to make sure
Yeah,
they sent them in so to make sure certain people wouldn't be exposed. That's
that's
all that
right.
was.
Yeah.
That's all that was. They are protecting certain people. That's a part of what they do.
Ain't nobody getting out of this one. Nobody's getting out of this. This
Nobody.
is just the beginning. And people, these people make me sick all over YouTube and these other platforms. They're like, "Oh, but no, not her. Oh, not him." You stop idolizing these people. Stop idolizing them, and your God is who you need to be idolizing. Our Creator.
Exactly. Yes,
We,
ma'am.
we're being readjusted. We're being fine tuned, and our focus and our attention is finally getting in line. And so this is the 2024 is the year they
Yeah.
all got to fall. The fall of the
Yeah.
cabal, the fall of the deep state, the fall of the pedophilia, the human trafficking. All of it is one big web. All these corporations, these banks. How about Abercrombie and Fitch yesterday?
Oh my
Okay,
God. Yes.
That was
Yeah.
that was so heartbreaking to hear.
that was
That's what
disgusting
I'm saying.
of what they were
Yeah.
describing. Hey, they didn't
Really.
hold their tongue on what they described them doing. They went and did a
And
line
see, and
with
see,
it.
that's what I like what you said, Amber. He's a white man. This ain't got nothing to do with race. They
No,
all doing it.
yeah,
So stop saying they attacking the black man. You
Yes,
know,
please stop
cause,
saying that.
'cause we got white people doing this too. They're all messed up.
well,
Every last one of them.
let me just say this. When I was out on them streets as a drug addict, hey, there are so many married men and men about to get married that are doing things regularly and paying for their perversions. There is no bounds. It's been roughly 15 years since I was out there like that. But I just, every time I hear a woman say, "Oh, my husband loves me, he's loyal," and I thought to myself, yeah, I probably did something with your husband last week. Don't be blind. You know, people are blind. They don't want the truth. They don't want the truth. It's too bad because it's here. The ball is rolling and it's coming down the hill.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm excited about it, honestly,
I'm very
because
excited.
I am so happy. I mean, how are we going to be people like, how can you be happy that these crimes are being done? No, they're being exposed. They're being exposed for who they really are.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
even, like I say, I report on it because I try to tell people, even though this is going on in Hollywood, this stuff is going on in the communities. Now, hold on. I'm getting ready to play the video.
Okay. I'm gonna mute up. Mute up. I'm gonna mute.
Oh, hold on. Uh, oh, y'all, I just hate my internet. It's going around and around. But the former, what is it, Abercrombie and Fitz Chief Michael Jeffries arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. And he's white, y'all. So stop
And
saying they after the black man. Now hold on. It's
I get
getting ready to
excited.
play.
I get excited every day to get on YouTube or on TV to find out who they telling on today. Who are they
Mm-hmm.
indicting? Who are they indicting and arresting today?
It's the best feeling in the world.
It really is. It really is.
Okay, come on, video play. Oh, I hate my internet, y'all.
This picture that I have on my profile. This is
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Listen to this. Listen.
To announce the arrest and charging of 3 defendants, former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, Michael Jeffries, Matthew Smith, and James Jacobson on charges of sex trafficking and engaging in interstate prostitution.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
To anyone who thinks they can exploit and coerce others by using the so-called casting couch system, this case should serve as a warning. Prepare to trade that couch for a bed in federal prison. Sexually exploiting vulnerable human beings is a crime, and doing so by dangling dreams of a future in fashion or modeling or any other business is no different. Now, this investigation remains ongoing. Although there are 15 John Does identified as victims in this indictment, this interstate prostitution venture encompassed dozens and dozens of men. And I encourage anyone with information about this case, including anyone who was a victim of the defendant's alleged crimes, to contact the FBI. In terms of the detention, we put in a detention memo outlining our position for Matthew Smith. We are seeking detention in part, because he is a dual citizen of the United States and the UK. The risk of flight are particularly acute with him, and for the other two, we're seeking substantial bail packages.
So, just for everybody to know, the former, Abercrombie and Fitch chief Mike Jeffries was arrested, and these were with men. Let me turn that down.
With vitamin C, D, and zinc.
So all of these people that have been in a position where they were supposed to have been helping people, only thing they did was use people. They killed people's dreams. You had people doing all kind of stuff because they just wanted to make it. This is about modeling, and it's all men. This is so much.
And they drugged them. And they gave them Viagra and forced them to do things, allegedly, that against their will. That is rape. Grape.
Yeah,
I don't understand why people can't hear the word rape and deal with it, because it's a reality every day. It's the truth.
Nobody wants to deal with the truth. Nobody, they don't want to even have these type of conversations. That's why I tell people, I've got the channel that, I'm just coming with the real deal. I'm sorry,
In Fitch, prosecutors say that Mike Jeffries and 2 others ran an international sex trafficking ring for years, exploiting dozens of young models all over the world. Ryan Yanis is here with more on what we think we know so far. Good morning.
Yeah, Bill, good morning. Longtime former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Michael Jeffries is charged with 16 counts of sex trafficking and interstate prostitution. The 80-year-old smug As he left federal court in West Palm Beach yesterday, Jeffries must wear a GPS ankle monitor. He's confined to home detention after being released on a $10 million bond. 2 other men were also charged, including Jeffries' romantic partner, Matthew Smith, who was denied bail. Now, prosecutors allege that between 2008 and 2015, Jeffries and his partner paid a recruiter to lure dozens of men to take part in sex parties around the world. The men were forced to drink alcohol and take drugs, many believing they were meeting Jeffries for Abercrombie and Fitch modeling opportunities, while others were told not participating in sex events would hurt their careers.
Jeffries was the CEO of one of the most recognizable clothing
This is
retailers
awful.
in the world. He was using his power.
I'm glad that they arrested them people.
And there's more to come.
But check this out. Now he posted a $10 million bill, and P. Diddy was trying to, what was he offering, like 50 million?
Yeah, I think
So,
around that.
yeah, about 50 million. So, this guy, Michael, he comes out smiling. He's in his 80s. I mean, he probably been doing this for 30 or 40 years. Like, this stuff is crazy. So every avenue, this is with modeling. So you figure you got the sports industry, the music industry, the modeling industry. Anybody that had a dream, these sorry people destroyed it. Now I'm gonna mute my mic and let y'all talk. Dirty son of a guns. You can go ahead, Flawless.
This is all just sad because I don't even know if I want to even get in the industry that I want to get into because all of this is happening, and it's kind of
Yeah,
scary
'cause you know,
a little bit.
yeah. Amber, what's your opinion on this?
Well, see, Flawless.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
more the more of this that comes out, and all these indictments, and as they continue to expose and bring it all out, one day you and everybody else can be free to live your dreams, be free of to be afraid, no fear. That's what this is for. Is for humanity, to save the world from this, the children and the people of the future. I won't be around probably to see the peace come once all these evils are done. And people are like, oh, they'll never get rid of it all. Hey, God is in control.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't tell me my God can't end it all. Once his people are awake, which everybody's waking up to the facts of the reality, and you won't have to have fear. That is the goal. That is the goal of all of this, to end it, so people are aware. And so this never happens to humanity again. They've had hundreds of years of reign to do this. This spiritual warfare between the evil and the good, well, God wins. And the time is now. This is the time. So let it pour. Let it pour. And that is what it's for. So you won't have fear. So my granddaughters, they won't have fear. They'll know the reality of what the possibilities are, what to be aware of, and I can be the witness and the advocate just as well as you can. And April, that's what we're alive for. That's what we are here for. to help bring it to an end, you know? And I think these people on YouTube, everyone should be jumping on this,
Yes, ma'am.
speaking their experiences of what happened, you know? And yeah, there's going to be liars, but there's more people exposing the truth and they're coming out again, you know, I don't know. It's just a good thing that's happening right now. It's so ugly and evil, but it's a good thing that's happening. You know, free the people, free the world, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Is a
Mhm.
beautiful things that's coming out of this whole thing.
It's sad that we've lost so many people along the way. It's a tragedy. Oh my God, y'all! I'd never thought that we would see this day where these politicians and everyone is being exposed. They know their time is up,
Thank
and
God.
they're gonna fight to the very end. They're gonna fight to the very end. And you know, everybody's like, "Oh, it's the end of the world. Everything's so bad." Wait a minute. It's always been this way, but now it's in coming into the light, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it the exposure, the awakening to what's really been going on forever is being exposed and brought to the forefront. And this is the spiritual warfare of the good against those evil that have been doing that against the innocent. So it's a spiritual warfare between good and evil. And God wins in the end. And so bring it on. I mean, and the ending, what I meant to say is the ending is not for everyone. It's just the end for them. The end for them.
But you know, what I'm glad about is they are arresting all of these people. But what I'm saying is, you need to arrest them all,
They will.
all,
They will.
everybody,
Yeah.
because you know they had help.
Yeah.
Everybody, everybody involved. And I bet you, this guy, I bet you he was at a Diddy party or at Epstein's island. I bet you all of these,
Absolutely.
all of these people is connected to each other because they all dirty and they like what they like,
World Wide Web. Mm.
and they all connected. It don't matter white, black, or whatever. They all connected,
That's right.
and
And
they should all bring them all down. Y'all done destroy people's dreams. I mean, now this guy, it's all with men. Then look at Diddy, all with men. You know why I'm girl, I can't even wrap my head around this. I'm just like, this is crazy.
well, you know, Rome, Rome is famous for men having sex with men. Back in
Hello?
the Roman days in Rome, that's what they did back then. It ain't never changed. It ain't never gone away. It's always been here.
Yep, and hopefully it's coming to an end because God said so.
Did they say it was for April?
Yeah, the ending's not for us. It's the ending is for them.
Yes, ma'am. God said it's not the ending for all His children, but some of His children.
Right.
It's the
I
ending for them.
believe.
Okay, I'll be down there. All right. Okay, y'all, I'll be right back. I gotta go get my Uber food.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Flawless and take your time. Um, Anybody that's in this show, Amber, if they disrespect any of y'all, I got to make flawless a mod before I go anywhere. Kick them out. We don't play that. I
Okay.
give y'all permission to um. How do I make flawless a mod too? Hold on, I might have to do it.
Well, I can't see the chat.
Okay, flawless. Add as a moderator. Okay, she's a moderator now.
Okay.
Flawless is now a so y'all kick anybody out. We don't do disrespect over here. All right, let me go get my Uber Eats.
I can't even
Okay.
see the chat.
So, Flawless, if you can see the chat, if you want to, while April's gone, just like read the comments of what the chat's saying. Maybe they have any questions or something to say.
Yes, ma'am. So far I don't see any questions.
Or you can just read their comments if you want to. I can't see the chat.
They say Chiquita Woods. She said Frank Nick got out of pocket doing things they knew their parents, family, people who know them would be ashamed. It's an embarrassment, especially among the United States.
Absolutely. I agree.
Um, Somebody said good evening, everyone from Greece. Somebody else also said it was fun then, but now it's a sex nick.
Yeah, that's true.
Then the same person said never been too old for that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, them days are gone for me. I don't. I've been through enough. I don't need no more. I'm not interested. Yeah, that's. I think people. You go through certain things, you're not interested anymore. It's
Yeah,
just something shuts off in your mind. People like, oh, you can't just. Yes, you can. You can shut down. You just not interested. Well, you don't need to be alone. Hey, I'm much happier alone than with someone I don't really truly know. And
yes,
with all
ma'am.
that's going on in the world, how can you trust anyone? You know?
That's hard. That's a hard thing to do. Cause the way you can't even trust your
You can't trust nobody.
friends anymore.
Hey,
Cause you
what if
go out of town with them and you go to across the country or another state, they trying to kill you and you don't
yeah,
even know.
yeah, did
You
you
trying
might
to,
you know that girl
yes,
I
ma'am.
can't remember. She went out of the United States with her friends and they had intentions to kill her and they killed her. That's
Yes,
what you're talking about, right?
yes, ma'am.
How sad is that? And then they show a partial video where that girl jumped on her, and the other girl stood there and watched it.
Yes, ma'am.
And every single one of them that were there that saw it are guilty as well.
Yep, every last one.
And they tried to cover it up. Everything you do in the dark
It's
will come to the light.
you can't cover it up while God is watching.
No, sir. Mm-mm. I'm just saying. I don't know. One of my sons says, "Mom, you're paranoid." No. And I just told him today, I said, look. I've been through and seen enough that yeah, you know what he did? Him and his female friend, they rang the doorbell. So I got up and looked out the window and I didn't see anybody. So I came down the hallway and he was standing there. He says, "You were scared, weren't you?" I said, "No, but don't you think I should look out the window before I answer the door at your house?" He said, "You're just paranoid." I said, "No, I've been through enough to know. Check the door before you open it."
Yes, ma'am. That's just being safe and smart
Yeah.
and alert. Cause you
I
can't just
mean,
open the door for anybody.
mm-mm. And a lot of times you open the door to your best friend and they have intention to take your life.
Yes, ma'am. They do. They have
So,
the worst intention. But this picture that I have on my profile is actually
uh-huh.
part of a brand that I have. I started it for my mom and aunt and all the other ladies, and I'm thinking about starting doing it, doing some awareness and stuff, more stuff for everybody that goes through this.
You should.
So
And
I'm thinking of some more ways that I could do it.
if you
Cause
get together with April and talk to her about that, we could help you, work together and
yeah,
promote it, help promote it for you, not for us, but to help you to get it out there and get it going.
yes,
You
ma'am.
know, I think that's a great idea.
Cause I'm a survivor of I have spinal bifida, and so I was born with a hole in my spine.
Oh, wow. I'm
So I
sorry to
have
hear that.
thank you. So I've had 29 surgeries, and I have a speech impediment, so it takes me a while to get my words out sometimes.
I
So
talk too much.
um and I have to use a catheter to catheterize every 3 hours. It's like I tell people it's like a straw, but it's like a long straw, but it's called a catheter, and I have to use that to use the bathroom.
Oh, wow. See, people don't realize about people. You never know what somebody else is going, what their life is like.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, like that. So when I think about what I've got going on, and I tell people, but it's nothing compared to what somebody else might be going through.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
and I talk a lot, so I'm gonna slow down where you can speak and you can take your time and get your words out. You know what I'm saying? See, now that I'm aware, I can act accordingly.
Yes, ma'am. And I thank you.
You're certainly welcome. Respectfully so. I love you. I have compassion in my heart for the next human being, and more people, I pray that more people can be that way, and help one another.
Yes, ma'am. I pray that as well.
Hmm. So have you have a way to talk to April about the project you're thinking about and working to promote this?
I She had did a couple lives back, and I had talked about it, and she I gave her my email, so I'm just waiting for her to email me back.
Okay. So if you don't talk, if you could talk to her on the phone, uh, too. So that would be a, a good step. And I'll do whatever part I can do,
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
do as well. I don't know, but God finds the ways. What should be done, He makes the ways for it.
Yes, ma'am, he does. Because I'm
Hmm.
also trying to do something where I can bring awareness to what I have. And because a lot of people don't know about spinal bifida and those types of things, or what a catheter is, everybody doesn't know about that. They know about others, maybe, but a lot of people don't know about that. So I'm trying to see what I can do to let other people, more people know
Yeah,
about.
because people take it for granted. The thing that might be easy for me is not easy for you. Like for me, I don't have the ability to move my neck. I can't turn my head. I can't turn it to the left or to the right or backwards or forward. It's immobile. I cannot move my head. And it's people don't understand not being able to move your head, what a different way of life it affects you. Just
Yes,
like with you, with the catheter, if I had to do that, I wouldn't be able to move my head to be able to do that. You see what I'm saying?
yes, ma'am.
So
And
we
I'm
we
sorry.
all have our thing, our things. We all have things. No matter a person that doesn't have any kind of something different that's different than the average person, God forbid they don't know what struggle is. They don't know,
Yes,
they might have something different than spinal bifida or this ankylosing spondylitis. And April's had her cancer, and
yes, ma'am.
we have to have more compassion for one another in the world and stop seeing things the way we have been majority been looking at it. And this thing about these crimes against humanity is just the beginning of healing the world.
Bring the healing on, cause
Yes.
I've been waiting for it.
Well, sometimes it's when we least expect it. It may not come when we
Want
really,
to?
yeah, yeah. And it might not, God might not give us what we ask for, but give us something in a different, something different that we don't expect, that'll be the path that we need to be on. So our journey is not always what we expected or want it to be, but the way it has to be, because all of us are here to learn something different. Everybody's here on a different journey and have something different about them that makes them unique in their own situation. And you seem positive. See, and a lot of people are not positive.
Yes, ma'am. My mom and aunt have did have instilled that in me, and despite what I go through and what they have gone through, they've always told me to just be positive and treat people how you want to be treated, and love people no matter the color they are. You still love them and
Because
treat them how you will want them to treat you.
that's right. and
Yes,
and
ma'am.
and and people that are low energy, negative, you gotta steer clear of them. You don't have to tolerate anybody's negative energy because they bring you down. You gotta do whatever it takes to keep your energy, the God seed within each one of us, and so together we are one, and people don't see that. And somebody might say, "Oh, I ain't one with this person or that person." Well, you need to work on it because we're all here in this world together. Where one goes, we all go. I mean, eventually, that's the way it ends up.
Yes, ma'am. That's how it ends up.
Yeah, and I just you're they are right about stay positive, and sometimes I find myself in my thoughts, and I'm not, and I try, and when I feel like I'm starting to gonna be getting negative, like the depression, like depressing coming on, I have to get inside my head and turn away from it mentally. I've got to change my thoughts, instead of dwelling on them and thinking about them and delving into them. No, why would I want to do that to myself? I don't have to think about sad things and how bad my life is. No, because you're only whatever you think, whatever you're thinking. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am. I do. I, I get it.
Okay. And a lot of people, they're so stuck
Because
in
if I
their
get it, I
head.
would ask to break it down for me. But
I appreciate that.
and I want to get it, so that's why I'm listening. Cause I'm still a young person, so I take your advice and all of that because I'm still young and you're older than me, so you take
Yeah.
what somebody's giving you.
Well, see, I can learn from younger people because their lives are different than when I was young. And
Yes,
and then I have some knowledge from from my life. And young and old, we all are here to learn from one another. Not none of us know everything. We don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. And
only God knows everything.
that's right. And see, people, when you tell them about something, they're like, "Well, I don't agree with that," and or "That's not true." Wait a minute. In my reality, this is what happened. In your reality, it didn't happen, so you can't see it. But I can tell you about it, and together we learn. That's what we're here to do, is to help one another, right?
Yes,
I mean, don't turn blind eyes to, you know, you got to
and
use
that's what
your
a lot of
judgment.
people do to survivors and people
I
that's gone through trauma and they like that didn't happen to you and you're lying and like you cannot tell somebody else's story. You can't tell them what they're trying to tell you that happened because to them it happened. It might not have happened to you, but it happened to them. And they're trying to explain and tell you what happened, but you're steady saying no, it didn't happen.
And that's what makes people not want to speak because they don't,
Yes, ma'am.
what shuts. victims down, or not. Well, we don't have to say victims, let's say survivors. Why is it that there's those people that want to tell survivors it's their fault? Why do they want to do that to a survivor? Because the survivor had enough strength to speak it out and tell you about it, and that you're weak, that you wouldn't be able to speak it out. I think that's why they do it, because they would never tell. Well, somebody has to tell. And if you don't speak it out, it stays in you. And as long as it stays in you, you stay sick. We
Yes,
have to
ma'am.
speak it out.
Cause my mom and aunt came out as kids when it happened to them. Was teenagers. Cause it happened with family members when they were smaller, but as teenagers, it happened from Robert. So people always say, well, why you didn't file a police report back then? Why are you waiting so long now? Or because they saw that documentary, they always want to say, well, why you coming out on a documentary? Or why now? And why you didn't tell police or file a police report? And it's like, you don't know what they did back then. You don't know if they did go to the police and the police just turned them away or didn't believe them.
Well, see, those people that ask why this and why that, they do not have the right to ask that. What makes them think that they have the right to ask them that? They don't have that right. They're stepping out of bounds. They're overstepping their boundaries. Don't overstep on people, you know.
Yes, ma'am. And
Now,
they do it all the time.
I didn't speak about uh my family members until I was much older, but I told my dad when I was younger, right? But I think he was so surprised he didn't know what to think. Uh-oh, she dropped down. I guess I'm up here by myself. But anyway, I did not tell until I was much older. And when I started telling family members, let me tell you, they do not want to hear you talk about another family member doing anything. They will try to shut you down. They in disbelief. They say that you asked for it. You did something to provoke. But why can't you say the perpetrator is guilty? The perpetrator is their fault. They took advantage of you. Hello, April or Flawless or April. Please report to the office immediately.
I'm back.
I'm glad.
I'm back.
Flawless
I'm
just
back.
dropped in. Welcome
Huh?
back.
Yeah,
Flawless
I'm back.
just dropped in.
Oh, she just dropped down.
I think it was by accident. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Here. Okay.
Keeps
All right.
kicking me out.
Yeah,
Welcome
I'm
back.
back. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna have to figure out because this thing like it should be some type of way that y'all can have the same privileges when we on this stream yard. Hey, DJ Tanya. Hey, Pan. This is my DJ friend from Greece. We work together for a radio station in Florida called Tampa Bay. Hey,
Oh,
Ruthie. Yeah, Pan, he lives in Greece, girl. We was DJs for a radio station in Florida, Tampa Bay FM. Yeah.
wow. Awesome.
Uh
So
huh.
sorry. Miss Amber, I didn't hear everything you said because it kicked me out.
I
I'm so
know.
sorry I wasn't here. I got to figure out how Amber can have rights. Or you. Okay.
How did you figure out, Amber? April. How did you figure out how to get me where I could? Was I blocked on your end?
I don't know what it was. No,
I don't either, but I'm back.
I know. So, we never know. People can tamper into your accounts.
Shoot.
Tell
Well,
us,
I didn't.
Florida. People can people can tamper into your accounts and do stuff because it's this one lady who I'm really crazy about. Uh, Florida. Help me remember her name. She's in the wheelchair. Hey, Purple Rain. Um,
What do remote at me?
Oh, okay. Hey, Purple Rain. Everybody, we got Miss Purple Rain in the show. Amber, remember I was telling you some of the people I know from that sector that I started off with. And
Y'all got some echo going on.
so she's here tonight as Purple Rain. Thank you. And she was touched by her father, and she told it, but she's been catching flack. Okay, who got the baby in the background? Mute your mic, please. Okay. Purple Rain, let me post this link. Meet Amber. Uh, Hold on. Purple Rain, I'm getting ready to drop the link. Oh, I'm so glad y'all came because we got to start having these conversations.
Yes, you do.
Oh, you
Yes.
can't come up right now? Well, anytime. Here, let me put my email, and I got to start checking my email.
Okay, I'm back.
Anytime that,
I'm sorry. That was the
oh, it's
TV.
okay. We got Quasia. She came in, but she can't talk now. But anytime y'all want to come tell y'all stories, you're more than welcome to come to my channel. And
Yes,
I don't
please.
allow the disrespect, you know. And I'm so glad that we are having these comfortable, uncomfortable, to make them comfortable conversations because I feel as though personally, like we don't talk about this stuff. People, they'll say, don't do this, don't do that, but they won't tell you the reason why, you know. And then we are so, and I would have to admit, I can say this too. I used to be one of these, I was hesitant, I was like, oh, they just all for the money. They for this. And that still don't matter. They should not be messed with. And so, um, she done
Agree.
dropped it. Amber, read her statement.
Um, it's been 4 months. Let's see, since I experienced another life-changing event. It's really been surreal. It's been upwards of roughly uh, 2 decades since I was violated. Wow. I could barely see that, but I did read it. Yeah, and I think that people should tell their stories. Oh my God, please set yourself free and tell your stories, people. Do not be ashamed no more. Don't hide. Set yourself free. April, I think you ought to do this for a few days in a row and people come up and tell their stories. But I
Yeah,
think,
we can make this. Let me see. Okay, Flawless is back.
and you probably should give me a wrench when I get back in the chat so that I can
Yeah, hold on. I can
moderate.
add. Yeah, hold on.
I'll be
Okay.
able to moderate when I'm
Yeah,
not on panel. I can get down and moderate.
yeah, yeah,
Get,
because
get
we have zero tolerance over here.
yeah,
And
we can get the
again,
disrespect
these
out.
are the conversations we need to have. And I'll tell
Absolutely.
anybody. See, we grown women over here.
Yeah.
Flawless.
Yes, ma'am.
We grown women over here. I am, I,
Yes,
she
ma'am.
said, my relatives have been doing some of everything to shut me up. I went live during an altercation and it was maniac. I want to continue to broadcast and speak out, which you should, because let me tell you something. I had some hard pills to swallow, but I swallowed them, okay? And I can tell people my way of thinking, it was it was sort of messed up in a way. But I was so glad that I had these people and I could understand different situations. Now, for people not to believe like somebody touched them, I don't think who would get off on lying, saying that they mother or father touched them. That's some shit some people take to their graves. So when some people speak out, you damn right you supposed to believe them and listen to them. Y'all give y'all input.
April,
Yeah.
I, I, I just want to say, since you said that, you know that time when I had an altercation with somebody we know
Uh-huh.
that recently was disrespectful. The person, the guy and girl that did a 2 hour video shaming me, you know what he had the nerve to say? She's white and she's going to holler, "Oh, he touched me. He touched me." Do you know I wanted to choke that? I wanted to choke him out because it brought back memories of when I actually got touched. But he was hot saying I was hollering that he like, "Oh, he touched me" or something. No, you son of a bitch. He disrespected me is what he did on
Yeah.
YouTube, which is
Yeah.
totally
See, I
different
didn't know
than
nothing about that, and it really
yeah,
didn't matter because,
yeah.
you know, me and your status, but this ain't a racial thing. You know, this is crazy. This is a universal problem. This stuff affects people of all races, color, gender, political or religious views. Touching a child does not discriminate.
Exactly, but I was just trying to give you an example of how stupid people are and how
Yeah,
insensitive they are. They don't even know nothing about nothing, but they want to run their mouth about something they know nothing about, you know? And
flawless.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What do you think about Rob's daughter coming out?
Um, I believe her. I believe something could have happened. Uh, and cause it was something in that in their
Divorce with the minor, but it was found
the,
to be
the
untrue. Now I'm gonna tell you how I feel about this. And I'm not. If the girl say it happened, it possibly can happen. But baby, let me tell you something. You said the
Yes, ma'am.
statute of limitation had expired. You could have went once they changed that law. And if they were trying to bring him down, and if you really had filed the police report, the feds would have came and you would have been that damn star witness. Now that's how I feel about that.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, if you really had filed a police report and we know everybody was after him, you would have became the star witness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, I can't, it's an either or. And see, this is what I'm saying. This is why, and I'm not saying that she wasn't abused, but what
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
saying is you said the statute of limitation had expired. Okay, Illinois changed that law. And if much as they was trying to get Rob, if you would have filed a police report, them feds would have came and swooped your ass up to testify against them. So that's what I have a problem with. You would have been the star witness. So, you know, you say you filed the police report, and much they had been on him, watching him, anything. So you just can't show a police report because them feds, they were waiting. They was waiting. They was glad when he was seeing Azriel. Do you know how happy them feds would have been if they would have saw a police report from his daughter? That she would have been the star witness. And that's just only my opinion.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't know what y'all were talking about.
Amber, oh, I forgot to tell you. Our Kelly daughter says he touched her. She can't be 100% sure. It was after a show. She was in his bed, and I guess he touched her. He touched her.
When did she
And
come out with that?
so she said that they had filed a police report, but then, because it was nothing could happen because the statute of limitation had changed. But Illinois changed that law. So she could have went back in with her police report and still, you know, said, hey, this is what happened. I got my police report. So that's why I'm skeptical of her. Because if she would have filed a real police report, girl, them feds, because all of that stuff is on record. And then you saying your daddy, R. Kelly, who they have been trying to get, Azriel would not have been the star witness, his daughter. So that's only my opinion. That's just how I feel. I wouldn't say that it didn't happen, but the statute of limitation changed. So you could have went back and refiled your report, your police report.
When did she do that though? When did she
He
file it?
just did a documentary. And I know for a fact certain things. He was still with those kids. Uh, and so I'm not gonna say the girl is a liar. It didn't happen, but you know, the story that she gave, and we and Flawless know where I'm coming from, and Purple Rain. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why people find it hard to believe that these things happen, because if you really wanted something to happen and this was so awful, the law changed. So you could have went to the police again, and honey, them feds, they would have loved that. Do you
I
agree
agree.
with me, Purple Rain?
I agree.
No, they
Why?
would have loved that. So that's what I have a problem with. And I didn't watch it. It was just what people was telling me. They
But
said she filed a police report, but the statute of limitation, when she finally told her mother, it it was up. But Illinois changed the law. So once that law was changed, you know, you can go back and get the person that abused you. They changed the law really to get the priests, because it was so many priests, Amber, here in Illinois. Oh my God. And so that's why they changed the law. It was for the priests, but they threw Rob in there because other people did come forward. And my thing was, okay, you say you filed the police report, much as they wanted him and his daughter, uh, claims allegedly that he touched her inappropriate. I just feel like, baby, woo, it couldn't have, to me, you couldn't have filed the report because them feds have been warning him. And that's just my opinion. Miss April, okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, why can't you come up this time? Go out and come back. Okay. It's letting me. Are you in here, Flawless?
I don't see her.
Ah, okay. Um, Let me see. Okay, Flawless, try to come back up because I had to change phones. Okay, so Purple Rain, absolutely. She would have uh she would have been the star witness. Was the star of Limit Up during his trials? No. No, that's what I'm saying. Like the statute of limitation changed and way before, let me see. Okay, all right, Amber. Yeah. But remember, from what people was telling me, because I didn't watch any, I don't watch that stuff because people, I don't want to hear it. It's very heartbreaking and disappointing. to me. But I had some people, you know, that look at all of this from all angles. And like they said, uh, if she really wanted something done to him, you know, she would have been the star witness because the statute of limitation was up. Yeah. You said my other question regarding daughter is that she said that she wanted to press charges, or did she say she will let that? Yeah, she was considering it. But where you at, Flawless? I don't see you. Okay, because my internet, that's why I need to know, like, if I make somebody connect a moderator, do they have the rights, to add people and do the chats and stuff? So see, when you have these type of things come up, that's why I find it hard to believe. Because let me tell you something, and I'm gonna stand what I say. Oh, y'all, excuse me. Let me tell you something. If my son or my sister would have told me that somebody had touched them, I don't give a damn who it was, okay? And baby, they would have been dealt with. It wouldn't have been no police reports. It would have been the family. It would have been me. See, if my son would have came to me or my sister and said, he, he got kids, he got any of that. Well, none of that shit would have mattered. You touch my daughter, nigga, you dead. You getting ready to be dealt with. Something gonna happen. Okay, I keep cutting out. That's the internet. Hey, Flawless, Purple Rain, let me drop my email. So, what we can do is we will set up a show, and I want you to tell your story, and you tell your story. You tell your story. Because the black community, now, and I'm gonna say it, we sweep too much shit under the damn rug. I ain't trying to hear nothing no more. Nothing. We'll sit up and co-sign bad behavior, walk around and try to act like nothing happened. Hold on, let me see. Okay, Joey at. I'm putting my email in here. And they still working in this building on the wiring and different things from when we was displaced. So that's why we've been having problems with our internet. Yeah. So I'm gonna end this show. Purple Rain and Flawless. Oh, wait a minute. Purple Rain said, Okay, hold on. Amber, I got you. Okay, wait a minute. How do I do this? Okay, I'm clicking on your name. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to give Amber a wrench. You sure you don't have one? Because it's not. Okay, I got you, Blue. Oh, you know what? I had to switch phones. So I didn't come in under the original screen, y'all. Let me see, because that one had went dead. Hold on. Damn it. Okay, you can come up. Come on up. Um, Purple Rain say, I was telling on 99 to Woman my story, and she said she didn't play that either. Her husband touched his daughter, and she divorced him instantly. I think it was about 60 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm going in and out, Amber. Like I say, they are still working down here. And my original phone where where I actually did the StreamYard, okay, I'm trying to get it. Cause it went dead. I had to switch to this phone. But my thing is, you know, we're not even talking about how we can solve these problems. We know it's got to be, okay, we know we know these people got a problem, okay, because that ain't normal behavior. And so we so busy sweeping stuff under the rug and not talking about anything instead of saying, I love you. I love you, but baby, you need some help. You need some help because surely these people that's doing this stuff, these people are sick. They need some type of help. Like they're sick. Like discuss it so we can handle the problem. So we can try to fix the problem. Because if you love somebody, you know, you gonna tell them, okay, after I done probably tried to slit your throat, cut your D off or your B off, if my son would have ever came to me and told me somebody had did something to him after that process, because let me tell you, they would never forget what they did to my child if it was my child, and I don't care who they was. So after they done come out from the hospital, because I done tried to slit their throat. And this is all alleged, everybody. This ain't true. I got a bunch of haters on here. I speak the truth. After I would have got done doing everything to them and they got out the hospital and I calmed down, you know, I would be a sick person. You need to go get some help. Let's try to work on this. And if you love somebody, this is what I'm saying. If you love, let me tell you, Baby, if you really love somebody enough and you want to see them make it, baby, could nothing. I don't care who they had on their payroll, what they did. Baby, I would have been like, oh, you talking about blackmail? Oh no, I'm gonna show you how you ain't gonna have me, cause you gonna go get you some help, or I'm getting ready to tell the whole world about you. You know, if you really love somebody and you know they got a problem, you gonna try to help them. You ain't gonna sweep the shit under the rug, you know. And if they don't get the help, then that's when you leave them alone. And you say, I did what I tried to help them as best as I can. I never hear anybody say, you know, they tried to help any of these people that they knew was sick. Yeah, I love y'all too, Flawless. I love you too, Purple Rain. And you can come in at the Purple Rain. Um, you know, I put my email because I do want you to tell your story. And you should not be harassed for telling your story. And I think that's awful. Like I say, our community, we so messed up. We sweep so much stuff under the rug. But I'm going to end this show because Amber has company. And what we're going to do is y'all email me, and then Amber and I, all four of us, we can do a panel and we can discuss this. And I'm going to talk about my situation and what happened to me, uh, and how the memories came back after my father died. See, my father suffers was suffering from mental illness, and that was the only reason. But I'm gonna let y'all hang on, be in suspense till when we do this, we get everything set up, and everybody's gonna talk about what happened. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me, and we not gonna never stop talking about it. Um, I have so many, a lot of regrets on things I should have did, you know, um, and we'll talk about that in my and we'll talk about it. That's why I say I'll talk about how the memories come flooding back. So I'm getting more courageous because I had told family members when I got older, and so I'm going to tell my story, you know, and yeah, I'm going to tell my story. That's all I can say. I love y'all. Y'all send me those emails. If we had to talk about this every day, I don't care. If people don't like it, you don't have to come in here. We are four grown, mature adults that's going to be on the panel, and anybody else that want to join us. If you decide that you want to come, we don't want to hear your opinions. Uh, if you disrespect any of the guests, you will be blocked. This is a place where ladies can come and men can come and tell their stories. I'm sick of you black people covering everything up in the families. Everything. We sweep too much stuff under the rug. A change is coming, baby. And if it has to come through us four, and I don't care if you don't like it, you ain't got to come to the channel. We gonna drop it like it's hot. Yeah. And so y'all got my email. We gonna set up a show, and I'm gonna tell my story. And you know, I was in therapy, and I'm just gonna tell my story. It's time. It's time. It's time. So it's time, and I can talk about it. I can talk about it now. You know, and of course, y'all know I keep it 100% real. I don't sugarcoat nothing, and so I'll be, I'm just gonna tell my story. Okay, I want Amber. I'm trying to. I'm waiting on that other phone because that wasn't the. I wasn't in there. I grabbed my other phone, and I guess I have to wait till that phone gets charged because that's the one I set the show up on. I thank y'all for joining us tonight. If anybody was a victim of abuse and you want to come tell your stories and you want to get it out, or you finally feel like you're free, uh, like me, um, we want to have you. We're going to start having the uncomfortable to be comfortable stories. And I know I'm going to get emotional because, uh, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. But y'all send me y'all got my email address. And so I'm ready to tell my story. Thanks to you ladies. I thank y'all and I love y'all. I'll check my email and I'm going to end this show, and we're going to get together, and we're going to talk about it. And so I'm going to tell my story because actually I've been in therapy. I haven't even told people. I was in I've been in therapy. Yeah, I've been in therapy. So I'm going to tell my story now. My family knows. I told my brother and I told my sister some years ago, and y'all, fuck me too. Fuck Times Out because they've got selective outrage. Okay, you ain't seen them. Everybody was on R. Kelly, and that was another thing. They did everything to that Me Too, everybody. Where is that same what I have a problem with? If don't go for one, go for them all and have that same energy. That's what I have an issue with. We're going to talk about that. Yeah. Okay, me too, Miss April. I just compared to him, this is ludicrous. But then, Jaguar Wright, she had confirmed some stuff that I already knew. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to change the title. What do you want me to change it to? Y'all let me know because this is everybody's channel. Everybody has a voice over here. Yeah. Yeah, and we're gonna get together because yeah, I'm gonna have you make some more stuff for me. Flawless. At 40 years old. So I ain't gonna say no. I'm gonna end this show. Send me y'all email, and I'm gonna experience. Everybody have a nice night. This channel is changing its direction. This channel is for the children. It's for victims. It's for survivors. It's for anybody that has went through any. This is April Showers. Um, and so I'm going ready to change the channel description. And what do you want me uh, to tell me? What should I retitle the show, Amber? Give me a title, or you know what? Just send it to me in the email. I'm letting this other phone charge this guy, and then I need to sit down and eat my food that Uber Eats delivered. Uh, and so I love you all, but this channel has taken another direction. And so I'm gonna put that in the description. Love y'all. Peace and love. I gotta go eat my food. Bye.